Hello, welcome back. We are in our read through of the 1800s King James Pictorial Bible. We are in the book of Joshua, chapter 11. So if you have a Bible, please grab it and read along with me. If not, that's okay. We just experienced Joshua leading the Israelites to a lot of victories against several different groups within Canaan. And the sun stood still. It was a crazy chapter. So let's see what happens next in chapter 11. And it came to pass, when Jabin, king of Hazor, had heard those things, that he sent to Jobab, king of Madon, and to the king of Shimron, and to the king of Akshaph, and to the kings that were on the north of the mountains and the plains south of Cinneroth, and in the valley, and in the borders of Dor on the west, and to the Canaanite on the east and on the west, and to the Amorite and the Hittite and the Perizzite and the Jebusite in the mountains, and to the Hivite under Hermon in the land of Mizpeh. And they went out, they and all their hosts with them, much people, even as the sand that is upon the seashore in multitude, with horses and chariots, very many. And when all these kings were met together, they came and pitched together at the waters of Merom, to fight against Israel. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Be not afraid because of them, for tomorrow about this time will I deliver them up, all slain before Israel. Thou shalt hoe their horses and burn their chariots with fire. So Joshua came, and all the people of war with him, against them by the waters of Merom, suddenly, and they fell upon them. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of Israel, who smote them, and chased them unto great Zidon, and unto Mizraphoth Maim, and unto the valley of Mizpeh eastward, and they smote them until they left them none remaining. And Joshua did unto them as the Lord bade him. He hoed their horses and burnt their chariots with fire. And Joshua at that time turned back and took Hazor and smote the king thereof with the sword, for Hazor beforetime was the head of all those kingdoms. And they smote all the souls that were therein with the edge of the sword, utterly destroying them. There was not any left to breathe, and he burnt Hazor with fire. And all the cities of those kings, and all the kings of them did Joshua take, and smote them with the edge of the sword, and he utterly destroyed them, as Moses the servant of the Lord commanded. But as for the cities that stood still in their strength, Israel burned none of them, save Hazor only. That did Joshua burn. And all the spoil of these cities and the cattle the children of Israel took for a prey unto themselves, but every man they smote with the edge of the sword until they had destroyed them, neither left they any to breathe. As the Lord commanded Moses his servant, so did Moses command Joshua, and so did Joshua. He left nothing undone of all that the Lord commanded Moses. So Joshua took all that land, the hills, and all the south country, and all the land of Goshen, and the valley, and the plain, and the mountain of Israel, and the valley of the same, even from the Mount Halak, that goeth up to Seir, even unto Baal-gad, in the valley of Lebanon, under Mount Hermon. And all the kings he took, and smote them, and slew them. Joshua made war a long time with all those kings. There was not a city that made peace with the children of Israel, save the Hivites, the inhabitants of Gibeon. All other they took in battle. For it was of the Lord to harden their hearts, that they should come against Israel in battle, that he might destroy them utterly, and that they might have no favor, but that he might destroy them as the Lord commanded Moses. And at that time came Joshua and cut off the Anakims from the mountains, from Hebron, from Debir, from Anab, and from all the mountains of Judah, and from all the mountains of Israel. Joshua destroyed them utterly with their cities. There was none of the Anakims, not Anakins, left in the land of the children of Israel. Only in Gaza, in Gath, and in Ashdod there remained. So Joshua took the whole land according to all that the Lord said unto Moses, and Joshua gave it for an inheritance unto Israel according to the divisions by their tribes, and the land rested from war. So we have a bit of conclusion here to the warring. And once again, this chapter describes how obedient Joshua has been, how he has observed everything that he was supposed to do. Really, it looks like the one misstep was making that deal when they were deceived. But otherwise, he has done every single thing that was instructed, as far as wiping everybody out and doing everything the way God and Moses commanded. I mean, Moses was just repeating God's commands, but a lot of names in this chapter. I don't know if I'm pronouncing them right at all. I'm 100% just making it up and just doing my best. It is Anakims, not Anakins. Would be pretty cool if it was Anakins, but it's Anakims. And I think that, once again, anytime we're reading things in the Old Testament where there's a lot of going in and annihilating huge chunks of people, that it's important to remember that, one, we're not God. We don't know people's hearts. We don't know how many times, how many opportunities they were given to change their ways. We also know that these people were aware of what God had done. We know this because of Rahab. We know this because they definitely respond with fear. Like, they're aware that the Lord delivered them out of Egypt, that there were great signs and wonders, miraculous things have happened around this invading force. So, and we know one of the groups was like, we don't want that smoke. We're going to trick them into making a deal with us so we don't die. The other groups, they could have surrendered. Now, they probably would have been, at the very least, expelled from the land if they'd surrendered. But who knows? But God is executing judgment against these peoples using Israel as a tool. I don't always comprehend why God chooses to do judgment and deliver justice versus sometimes show mercy. Because we're going to see later in a book that you've probably heard about called Jonah that there's a really bad city called Nineveh, and they do just as bad things as these people. And Jonah is supposed to deliver a message to them that your city is going to be destroyed. And he finally does it. And then they feel bad and they repent, all of them. And God decides to show them mercy. It just depends. And it just depends. I encourage you to dive deeper in your own study on this stuff. Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow to read chapter 12. But in the meantime, I pray that the Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, and give you peace. God bless.